All right, welcome everyone to the final day of Southeast Asia DeFi Week. It is right now 3:02 p.m. Let's get started immediately. This is the final day, and we had a really exciting week. Thank you for all of you for tuning in since the beginning. Southeast Asia DeFi Week has been amazing. We started off on June 1st on Monday with introduction to what decentralized finance is all about. We had Maker introduce us, what Maker is about. We talked about Kyber, we talked about Melon, we talked about Aave, and today we're going to talk about what we love the most, okay? Sorry, I'm a bit biased here because I love Bitcoin. So today we're going to be talking about Wrap Bitcoin and how we can do more with our Bitcoin, and we have a very special guest I'm so excited to introduce to you. My name is Jason. I'm your moderator for the entire week. Thank you, Colbert, also for creating our community, bitcoinmalaysia.com. But Southeast Asia DeFi Week is not just brought to you by us. It is supported by a multitude of different partners, and we'd like to thank all of them for making this a success. Beginning with Blocklime, the development company, that has trained over 1,000 developers in the last 3 years. We are supported by ETHKL, the Ethereum community, the star being Harif Kamaru from Etherscan. We're also supported by Access Blockchain Association Malaysia, part of the reason why Malaysia has a blockchain industry that is thriving right now. Ivan on Tech Academy, which both the YouTube channel as well as their courses. CoinGecko, the data aggregator, one of the best websites in cryptocurrency in the world, in my opinion. We have our media partners, Asia Blockchain Review, Crypto Watch, Techcryption, Super Crypto News, based in Singapore, Crypto Ticker, all the way from Germany, and last but not least, our friends up in the north, in Penang, Technology for Penangites, headed by our friend Kariku. Together, our mission of why we created this event is to help more people in Southeast Asia become cryptocurrency citizens by understanding what cryptocurrencies are in a safe, neutral, and easy environment. Our mission is also to help people to differentiate what is real, what is fake, what is legit, what is full of not legit, so that you can spend your scarcest resource, that is your time, to capture real opportunities in the space and find work, especially in this very unique time when a lot of people are struggling. A lot of industries are at risk. One industry that is actually booming is the crypto/blockchain industry. And it is also not uncommon that when you look at this industry, you will find there's a lot of opportunity to work remotely from your homes and generate an alternative source of income. Last but not least, by helping more of you to understand this space, to understand the technology and the innovations that are available, we then become a very attractive destination for reputable, well-funded blockchain projects to come and give us jobs or find local early adopters or fans and champions. So as tradition, this is the 5th day. You guys are probably in the habit. It makes me really happy when I receive text messages after the session. Like, where is my proof of attendance token? I have not received my links yet. It makes me really happy to go receive these messages, which means that you guys appreciate and you guys like this token. For those who are just tuning in, right now for the first time, you missed the first 4 days. What is this proof of attendance token? This is something that we give away at the end of every single session as a proof of your attendance, of you investing the time, these 2 hours, to learn about something new. So these are limited quantity and it's kind of like a certificate of attendance. Except that it's not in the form of a paper, where usually it gets crumpled easily, or it's very cumbersome to carry it around. So this can be actually deposited into the cryptocurrency wallet of your choice. You can show it to your friends, your colleagues, or your future employers that at so and so a date, timestamped on the blockchain, that you actually have gained knowledge. You have attended this, and you have learned about Kyber, you have learned about Maker, you have learned about Melon, you have learned about Aave, and today you're learning about Wrap BTC. Also, part of the reason, something that can potentially be very exciting is that as you collect these tokens, they can bring you future rewards. Like, for example, in the case of DEF CON, what they do as tradition is that if you attend another DEF CON and you can prove that you attended the previous events, like DEF CON 5, 4 or 3 or 2 or 1, you can actually claim more rewards or door gifts at the door. So it's like really, really cool. Now, although transferable, please don't do this, okay? Because why would you do that? And when you actually make the action of transferring out this proof of attendance token, that record, okay, would be visible on the Ethereum blockchain, which is an open, public, transparent ledger. So even though you can do that, please don't, okay? It's a game theoretic thing. It's for your own good. Now, if you're listening this to the first time, okay, the steps to claim your proof of attendance token is very easy. After the end of the session, we will give you the instructions on how you can claim this token, and we will be sending you a unique custom link that you can claim. All you have to do is just paste your Ethereum address, wallet address, into the input link provided, and that's it. And click claim the token. Once that happens, there will be a prompt to connect your wallet. You can choose to skip connecting your wallet, because what happens is that if you connect your wallet right now, you will need to pay gas fees to receive it. And right now, the gas fees are abnormally high. You can choose, okay, at a later date to connect your wallet and pay the gas fees. Use this Telegram bot called Gas Price Tracker Bot to receive alerts when the gas prices have come down. This is a free to use tool available on Telegram, and it's created by our friend Dev Upperton. Credit to you, guy. And then you revisit your link when the gas fee comes down, connect your wallet and pay the gas fee, and then these tokens will be sent to your cryptocurrency wallet. So if you have missed yesterday's proof of attendance token, now is a chance, okay, to claim it right now. I'm going to put the banner here below. You can either scan the QR code right now, give you like 2 seconds to do that, or go to bit.ly/Aave_June04, fill in, okay, so that you can claim. The cutoff time, okay, is 6 p.m. today. All right, let's do a quick recap. Okay, we have 4 amazing days. On the first day, we talked about Maker. We learned how is it that what decentralized finance is all about. We learned how Maker allows people to deposit their idle cryptocurrencies and gain a new form of finance in the form of a price stablecoin called a DAI loan. Then on the second day, we learned about Kyber Network, how this protocol solves the liquidity issues and enables us these products like decentralized exchanges so that we can swap from one token very quickly and directly from our wallet. And then on the third day, we learn about Melon Protocol, which is a protocol that allows you to set up a fund easily and earn a track record if you are a talented fund manager. And yesterday was so cool. We learned about Aave, which is a money market protocol, and we learned about money markets. We learned, okay, money markets are places where lending and borrowing happens. And one of the coolest thing that Aave has introduced is a global savings account where we are allowed to earn, we're allowed to hold, okay, an interest-bearing stablecoin like ADAI. So today we're going to be talking about WBTC, and the speaker today, we're very lucky to have him with us today. His name is Benedict Chan, and he's the Chief Technology Officer of BitGo. I'm adding him to the stream right now. Thank you so much for being with us today, Benedict.
Hey, how's it going? Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
So Ben, okay, is the CTO of BitGo. And a little quick introduction of what BitGo is. BitGo is one of the founding members, okay, of Wrap Bitcoin. And Ben would introduce us a little bit about, who are the founding members of Wrap Bitcoin. BitGo was founded in 2013 and developed their Bitcoin and blockchain platform over 5 years ago. Today, they process 20% of global Bitcoin transaction volume, and they provide custodian services for billions of dollars worth in Bitcoin. Ben is currently he's Singaporean, and he had been located in Silicon Valley in the US for 9 years. But not right now. You're in Singapore, or you're in the US, Ben?
Right now I'm in Singapore, so glad to be close to everyone here.
Cool. And one of Ben's achievements is that he built the world's first multi-signature web wallet. And earlier he was sharing with me that he has extremely huge passion for DeFi, building blockchain infrastructure, and he's a huge fan of Bitcoin. And this is one of his most favorite projects. So I'm really, really excited, okay, to for you to share, okay, with us, okay, what you've prepared for us today. Let me share, okay, your screen right now. And
Thank you
yeah,
very
take it
much.
away.
Okay, awesome. So, I think, Jason, you just mentioned just now that you said you were slightly biased towards Bitcoin as your favorite coin. And this is why I feel like Wrapped Bitcoin for me is one of my most favorite projects, in that you no longer have to choose. You can get Bitcoin as an ERC20 token. It's backed by the most valuable asset, the most valuable crypto asset. And you can still leverage the power of decentralized finance on the Ethereum network. And that is really what WBTC is all about in a single line. So to go a little bit more in depth, what is Wrapped Bitcoin? Wrapped Bitcoin is the first ERC20 token, which is backed 1-to-1 with real Bitcoin. So one WBTC can be redeemed for one Bitcoin and vice versa. So you can go back and forth. And so why do we need to do this? Well, fundamentally, for the people here that may be a little bit new to blockchain technology, Bitcoin, it runs on a different blockchain from Ethereum. So Bitcoin, has been around for more than 10 years and was developed in towards the end of the last financial crisis. And the purpose of Bitcoin is it was the first blockchain, is to be the most secure, censorship-proof, permissionless, trustless store of value. And mainly, there's one main currency on the Bitcoin blockchain, and that's Bitcoin. There are abilities to do a small amount of programmability of that money, but it is not what we would call Turing complete. And so Ethereum came along a little bit later than that. And Ethereum's objective was to be the world's computer, the world's ledger, largest ledger with the world's computer. And what they meant by that was that now you can have programmatic smart contracts. And these smart contracts, they have abilities to really put in any type of code you want that can control how money behaves. Or how tokens can be sent or not sent, and who owns those tokens. And that has allowed the growth of this wonderful world of decentralized finance. And so the challenge for Ethereum is that it can only deal with tokens on its own blockchain. And so that's obviously the Ethereum token, that's DAI tokens, Maker tokens, Kyber network crystals, and so on. But prior to Wrapped Bitcoin, there was no way to represent Bitcoin on the Ethereum chain. And so that's really what Wrapped Bitcoin is. It makes it possible to access decentralized finance by creating a token on the Ethereum chain that is exchangeable 1-to-1 for real Bitcoin. Some of the other advantages that you can see could be, it increased speed of transacting Bitcoin by using the Ethereum network, because the Ethereum network has, block times of less than 15 seconds, whereas Bitcoin is a much more, longer block time of 10 minutes. And it will probably be the case that Bitcoin is just focusing on being secure and censorship proof for a longer time, but that most of the smart contract and decentralized finance development goes on Ethereum, and that is why WBTC exists. So now we need to get into a little bit more about how a Wrapped Bitcoin works, and we're going to get into that in the next few slides. Governance, it's managed by a decentralized autonomous organization in a distributed manner with multiple people. So it's not meant to be something that a single person can just go in there and create Wrapped Bitcoins, because that would be not great for trust, right? And not great for being able to maintain a 1-to-1 redemption of Bitcoins to Wrapped Bitcoins. It's very transferable, so it's very transparent and it's very verifiable. So you can see that every Wrapped Bitcoin is backed by one Bitcoin, and I'll show you how to simply prove that in a bit. And obviously the main use case here is that it is very fully compatible with all the smart contracts on Ethereum that support ERC20. So that enables everything that we learned about in the past few days, including decentralized exchanges, decentralized trading, decentralized lending protocols, and decentralized asset management with funds and so on. So Wrapped Bitcoin was really started by a whole set of community members that now have given it widespread support. So as an ERC20 token, you can use Wrapped Bitcoin on everything from Kyber to DDEX. You can use it in your sets, and we will go over this more later. But it was a community effort that has really made Wrapped Bitcoin have true adoption, which is what the point of Wrapped Bitcoin is, which is to be a token that everyone can use. So the adoption actually increased very recently with a large amount of Wrapped Bitcoin being minted as a result of the Maker project, allowing Wrapped Bitcoin to be used as a collateral in order to create DAI loans. And we'll get into that demo soon. I just wanted to take some time here to speak a little bit about our view of the composable decentralized finance stack. And I think it's very interesting to really try and frame the purpose of Wrapped Bitcoin as a part of this entire ecosystem, because none of these projects exist on their own. That's the beauty of that's the beauty of the Ethereum blockchain ecosystem and the DeFi ecosystem. It's all meant such that other people can build on top of it. So at the very base layer of this stack, you need to have a very stable foundation, and that is the platform. You need everything to run on a blockchain that is distributed, that is trustless, and so that's Ethereum in this case. And you also need to make sure that you have very good wallet infrastructure. So that's what we do at BitGo for enterprises. You need to make sure that the security is absolutely the number one most critical consideration, because if you don't have security, then you can't secure anything you're doing on top. Once you have a stable foundation, then that's when you can think about adding other components on top. So what is the first component? It's assets. So you need to want to store these assets, right? So what are some of these assets? There are things like Ethereum, there are things like stable coins and DAI, maybe ICO tokens, utility tokens, security tokens, and of course, Wrapped Bitcoin is one of these assets available today on Ethereum, which is the whole point. And then once you have these assets, then people start to ask, okay, now I have these assets, I can store them very securely in my wallets. I can maybe store them with a custodian if I want, or what is the next step? So that's that I want to trade my assets, right? Some people want to have the assets, sit around and buy and hold, but some people want to trade them. So then they start looking into trading, and that's where these decentralized exchanges come in. So decentralized exchanges, people like projects like Kyber, 0x, Uniswap, they play a role there. And then once you can have this liquidity and you can have a stable or reliable source of price and trading for the asset, that's when you can start to build lending on top of that, and money markets on top of that. And it's actually important to be able to know the price of the asset, because when you lend money in a decentralized sense, you want to have collateral. And so this collateral has to be valued at a certain price, and you also need to be able to liquidate the collateral if the price of the assets used as collateral goes down below a certain point. And so that's why lending can then be built on top of this stack. And finally, you have many other decentralized apps that can take advantage of this full stack here to build even more experiences that we might not have seen before. So I'll let the reader go explore Pool Together, which I think is a very exciting form of riskless or so-called free lottery, where you put your money into a pool. You don't have to pay anything. You get a free lottery ticket, and the lottery ticket is from the interest that is obtained by putting the money into a lending platform like Aave. There's also Set Protocol, which is a asset management DApp that works similar to being able to create robotic funds or even social funds and so on. And you have other experiences on top like InstaDApp or DeFi Saver that really try to put everything together as a portfolio so that everyone can manage all the DeFi apps and scenarios in one place. And you have people creating experiences like 1inch that aggregates liquidity across several decentralized exchanges so that you always get the best price, and they look for the best price for you at each one of these exchanges. So this is what we see at BitGo as the decentralized finance stack, where the layers have to be built on top of each other. And what's interesting to me is that with centralized finance, you actually pretty much, they also build a similar stack, right? They also have to have assets. You have to have, currencies and stocks, and then you can have trading, and then you can have lending on top of that. But with decentralized finance, it's very composable. And so the advantage of having a very programmatic, open ecosystem is that anybody can build on top of it, and anybody can offer new experiences on top of it. And so I just wanted to offer this as a background of what we were thinking about when the community came together to build WBTC. The purpose of WBTC was not to be a project in and of itself, but to be an asset that other people could build on top of. And so it's all these other, really applications and use cases and scenarios that build on top of WBTC that really give it its true value in terms of being very impactful. With that, let's move on to a little bit about how WBTC works, Wrapped Bitcoin, and we'll get into a demo slightly after that. So in order to understand WBTC works, I think it's very important to figure out how WBTC are created or minted, right? You don't just want people to be able to create Bitcoins out of thin air. So I'm seeing a request here to go full screen. So I'll do that. We probably need to go back to the other later in order to do the demo. Okay, so it's really important that we know that WBTC is not minted out of thin air. As many people here do know, Bitcoin on the Bitcoin chain is created as a block reward for miners. And they do this because they are rewarded for securing the blocks. And there are a very limited amount of Bitcoin that can ever exist, only 21 million. And so this is a very key and central concept to this decentralized money, that nobody can just create it. So how are WBTC minted? Well, fundamentally, in order for one WBTC to exist, it has to be created only when one Bitcoin is locked up, because we're trying to create a one-to-one peg. And so we have a custodian that needs to make sure that the Bitcoin is locked on the Bitcoin chain. So then we introduce this role of a merchant. So merchants are members of the community that have stepped up to help in this minting process by help with locking up these Bitcoin on the Bitcoin chain, and then distributing the WBTC on the Ethereum chain. And so the first step is that they will need to initiate a transaction. So merchants will need to be approved first by the decentralized autonomous organization before they can do this, obviously, otherwise they're not a merchant. And then they can initiate a transaction to authorize the custodian to mint a certain amount of Bitcoin to their address on the Ethereum chain. So first they need to initiate this transaction. Then they actually need to send the custodian this Bitcoin of the same amount to be locked up on the Bitcoin chain. And so BitGo, the custodian, will then wait 6 confirmations on the Bitcoin chain for the BTC transaction. And BitGo has been in the business of securing Bitcoin since 2013. We pioneered actually multi-signature web wallets for Bitcoin and multi-signature storage. We hold about a few billion of it in custody, and we use multiple people with offline keys and hardware security in order to make sure that we don't have any single points of failure. So once we are sure that this Bitcoin has been secured and that it's been received the 6 confirmations, then we can issue a transaction to mint this new WBTC tokens on the Ethereum chain, which will only work in conjunction with the merchant's transaction to authorize the custodian for the mint. And so as you can see, multiple entities here will need to be involved in order to create this WBTC, and Bitcoin will need to be locked. So these WBTC tokens, once that has been completed, are minted directly to the merchant's wallet that initiated them. And from then on, it looks like an ERC20 token. I mean, it doesn't look like it is an ERC20 token. Great. So what about governance? How do we manage how we make upgrades, or how we change and manage a wrapped Bitcoin? Well, the wrapped Bitcoin token contract is governed by multiple parties that are part of a decentralized autonomous organization. And custodians and merchants are two roles that can be members of this DAO. It's also possible for others to be included without having an active role in this organization, and then they can also vote. So the DAO is actually implemented in a very simple way. It's implemented as just a simple multi-sig contract where 11 responses are required to approve the adding and removing of members into this organization. And multiple members of the DAO need to approve mints and burns to make sure that there's always a one-to-one ratio of Bitcoin to wrapped Bitcoin. So, but you don't have to, so it's a very distributed process. But you don't also have to always, 100% trust this group of people, right? If you want, you can actually validate that there is always the same amount of Bitcoin as WBTC. So as a one-to-one token, the number of wrapped Bitcoin, must never exceed the amount of Bitcoin held. And so this is, like I said, a very key fundamental concept for many people that have been in the crypto space. Wrapped Bitcoin is particularly unique in its ability to allow for this validation. You can't do this as simply if you were trying to issue, a stable coin for USD, for instance. How do we, validate that all the USD in existence? How can we know that it's all sitting in a bank account somewhere? We have to trust whoever is issuing USDC or USDT or whatever stablecoin that is. Well, with wrapped Bitcoin, because both of the assets are available on a blockchain, then we can use the transparency of the blockchain to verify that the full supply is always available. And so here we can take a look of how we can do this. So the outstanding amount of wrapped Bitcoin can always be checked on the Ethereum chain by using the total supply method call. Or you can just go to Etherscan. So Etherscan, are a really nice viewpoint in their block explorer into the world of Ethereum and decentralized finance. And here is the page for wrapped Bitcoin. It shows all the very transparent trades and transfers and holders and everything here. And you can see the total supply here. So we can record the total supply of wrapped Bitcoin here. So we're just going to take that, and let's just note that here. And now we're going to have to see on the Bitcoin chain, are there the same amount of Bitcoin that have been locked up? Because there should be, right? Otherwise, if everybody wants to go redeem, all the Bitcoin, there won't be enough, and then it won't be one-to-one. So you can transparently go here. There is a website offered at WBTC.network with an audit proof of assets. And so it shows these addresses where the Bitcoin is being held. So I'm just going to open these two addresses here in another Bitcoin block explorer that's also not affiliated with the custodian. So you can see that in this address, there's the unspent amount of 269.99 Bitcoin. And so we're going to just take that here and paste it. And there's two addresses. So in the other address, we're going to validate that here on this other this block explorer here. It says there's one output of 3698.22 Bitcoins. And so if we do, calculator and try to total up that amount, then we can see that this is the amount of Bitcoin available on the Bitcoin chain that are backing the WBTC, and it's actually exceeding the number of WBTC, which is actually a good thing. It means that we have more Bitcoin to guarantee the wrapped Bitcoin, and the reason for that is that some people send some extra fees. So anyone can validate this. This is actually a very rare property as a result of this tokenized asset being available on the blockchain. And it's something that you can also check if you run Bitcoin nodes or Ethereum nodes without having to trust that you'll be able to redeem all your USD dollars in Tether or in USDC at any time in all the bank accounts. This one is fully on chain, and you can validate that. And you can also check that we do audit transactions from the custodian to show that these addresses are from time to time able to sign transactions and that the funds are secure.
All right. Can we pause for a moment and
Yeah.
do a quick takeaway recap, and also maybe take some questions?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
So
Okay. So I've prepared some things, okay,
Mhm.
for people to we've been listening in as well, and it's something that we do as well. Okay. Here are some takeaways that we got from you. Please feel free to correct me, okay, or the audience, because we are listening in at the same
Nice.
time. Right. So the first thing is, why does WBTC exist? So we have Bitcoin, but the reason, okay, for WBTC, it allows us to collateralize Bitcoin, deposit it, okay, and collateralize it to receive an Ethereum compatible token called WBTC, so that we can then use this WBitcoin to access DeFi applications. Is that correct?
That's mostly right. I guess I wouldn't use the word collateralize, because when you collateralize, it's basically you taking a loan. This is not quite a loan. This is allowing you to represent Bitcoin as an Ethereum token. So
okay,
you
so this is one-to-one.
Yeah,
Right.
it's one-to-one. You take Bitcoin, you can get one WBTC, and you can always redeem it.
Okay. So basically, it allows you to create Ethereum, create an Ethereum compatible token one-to-one.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, got it. All right. So, share the screen again. Okay. Right. So it allows us to create an Ethereum compatible token called WBTC, so that we can use our Bitcoin to access DeFi applications.
That's right.
Currently, 40 million worth of Bitcoin has been wrapped to date. WBTC, does not operate as a company. It is governed by a DAO. And what happens is that merchants are appointed by the DAO, and through the merchants, Bitcoins are sent to a custodian, which is you guys, BitGo, so that you mint WBTC. And
yeah,
the minting process, is entirely verifiable, because that is one-to-one. And we can anyone can basically go to the Ethereum blockchain explorer like Etherscan or the Bitcoin Explorer and make the comparison to ensure that it's one-to-one. And this is extremely cool. It's like super rare, that this is even possible. Probably never seen before in the thing. What are some examples of merchants, that are appointed by the DAO? And can you share with us who is part of the DAO again?
Yeah, sure. You can actually access this at the website at WBTC.network. And let's see. If you go to my screen here, I think if you look at this community, I think these are some of the initial members. And I believe if you go, if you go to partners here, let's see, partners, you can see the ones that are members of the DAO, and also have roles. And actually, this is a little. I think there's actually more DAO members. So basically, some of the merchants are also DAO members, and some of the exchanges are also DAO members. So these are the DAO members. Okay. So you can see this from the dashboard on WBTC.network.
Okay. So we have a little bit of questions, from the audience.
Yeah.
So one of the audience asks, so not everyone can mint WBTC by submitting some BTC to BitGo. I think that is the incorrect process. What happens is that you need to do it through a merchant. Is that correct?
Yeah, so you can actually sign up to be a merchant. There's no how would I put it? There's really, we don't have anything against people to sign up to be a merchant. There's no cost to be a merchant at all. So you can become a merchant. the thing about BitGo is that BitGo is an enterprise-facing, financial services company, and so we need to know who we're dealing with. And so, as part of that, there is a AML KYC process to be interacting with BitGo, and so the merchants are supposed to, make this process easier for everyone, because merchants are kind of like, you might have a relationship with a coin list already, and they have minted a lot of WBTC, and so you don't necessarily want to go through this whole like process.
Okay. One user asks, okay, does BitGo have any insurance? Okay, as a custodian, you are holding a treasure trove of Bitcoin. Are there like any insurance, okay, to cover when things go wrong?
Yeah, well, so BitGo has many forms of insurance, and we've been in the space for a very, very long time. And you can read our website for details on that.
Okay. All right. Okay. I think that we'll take enough questions for now. All right. And then let Benedict continue his presentation, and then we'll take more questions after that, because he has a lot of demonstration that he actually wants to get into. All right. Okay, good.
Great. Okay, so just wanted to go over a few of these typical use cases for WBTC. And like I was saying before, the purpose of WBTC is not to really create products on them by itself, but to rather be a piece of infrastructure and an asset for which other DeFi applications can use to create their products. And so, very similarly to how you might have seen, you can take loans for Ethereum through Aave. You can take loans, but you can do it with Bitcoin now. So some of these use cases include people with Bitcoin that have been holding Bitcoin or want to hold Bitcoin long term, and they are looking to earn some interest. Now they can collect interest premiums in decentralized finance using Aave or Compound. They can, or let's say they have already held Bitcoin for a very long time, but they want to access some of that wealth without having to sell the Bitcoin. Then they can collateralize their Bitcoin and obtain DAI or USD and use it to go and invest in something else or buy something else. Many funds or asset management in the ecosystem, for example, token sets, or even people creating funds on Melon can put Bitcoin as part of their fund now, and within these smart contracts within the ecosystem. So it's really about building this into existing portfolios. And DeFi traders transacting tokens on trustless and permissionless platforms like Kyber and Uniswap can take advantage of price differences, or they want to make essentially trades to do with Bitcoin on the Ethereum ecosystem. They can do that. If there's interest rate arbitrage as well, they might want to take advantage of that. Many of them do that. And you can also you can think about this as a gateway for Bitcoin for those that are very native Ethereum users. So one of the trends that we have been seeing since about 9 months to a year is that more and more you're starting to see people that projects and wallets that onboard directly into DeFi. So traditionally, most people onboard via an on-ramp or centralized exchange, which may be local to their country, and they wire money into that exchange, and then they buy Bitcoin and ETH, and then after that they find out about DeFi later. But one of the trends that I think is really cool is that people are starting to create Ethereum wallets that new users can come into, and they're non-custodial wallets. They get the wallet, and they can fund the wallet direct. They can fund DAI or they can fund USDC directly into this non-custodial wallet, and then from there on, they can use decentralized finance for all their needs. So if they want to buy Ethereum, they can use a decentralized exchange instead of this centralized exchange. If they want to buy Bitcoin now, they can use WBTC, and then they can get access to all these other financial products like lending and leverage and so on. So those are some potential use cases, and there's of course many other composable use cases. So obtaining WBTC for those of you that need to or are really interested in it and thinking about it. Well, you can think about WBTC as just any other token. So you can buy WBTC within decentralized finance. You can do that trustlessly on. Hang on, just loading this up on Kyber, Uniswap, Diversify, 0x, many of the other decentralized exchanges, right? Because it's just a token that can be traded. And so BTC to WBTC, how do we go one-to-one? You can use CoinList, you can use WBTC.cafe, which is actually run by Ren. So they will help you to swap your BTC into WBTC. And you can also use other over-the-counter trading companies like Grapefruit if you have a large amount. So I'm seeing a question here in the live comments where someone is asking how can it be that WBTC is at 40 million and Bitcoin only has 21 million ever? I think there's I just wanted to clear that up. WBTC is not at 40 million, it's 40 million USD worth. So that's just a fraction of that 21 million Bitcoin. So if you can look at it here on this site, there's just about 4,3966 WBTC available, but there's 21 million Bitcoin. So obviously there cannot be more than 21 million WBTC, and there never should be.
Okay.
Okay. So going back here, Roger that. Yes, thanks for the question. To the presentation, we want to have a quick quiz here. So how given that we know how to obtain WBTC, how it works, and what it really is, can we have a quick quiz here on seeing if everyone has some tips or one would like to share which wallets support WBTC today. How do we get some responses here, Jason?
Okay, so I suppose that this we just asked, and anyone like who is the first respondents to give some replies on the chat group, and if they are correct, then there might be a prize. So go crazy. Okay, so the question is, which wallets support WBTC today? So some of you are familiar with some of the wallets we've been recommending right now.
So you see MetaMask, Trust, and AirSwap. Awesome. So
what is the
answer, any wallet that supports ERC20, Argent, MetaMask wallets.
It's a trick question, isn't it?
Yeah. So for all of you that have been already in crypto or just getting into crypto, WBTC is meant to be a token with which is a standard there's a standard token format on Ethereum called ERC20, and so any wallet that supports these ERC20 tokens you can store wrapped Bitcoin on, and that was the purpose of WBTC. It's not meant to create its own product. So many people here are saying MetaMask, and that's great. So let's move on to the next question in the quiz. What are some good wallet security tips? So this is something that is very important to us at BitGo. We have been securing Bitcoin since 2013 in large amounts, and we wanna make sure that everyone starts to understand this, because for the people that have been around for some time, hopefully you have been able to amass enough assets here, and that they should be meaningful, that you don't want to lose. And for those that are just new in the space, this is a really very innovative form of money that you have control of, that is fully in your hands, but it's also something that if you lose or if it's stolen from you, you have very little recourse, because that's the nature of this form of money. It's money that you truly own and you can hold. And so we're going to give off 0.001 WBTC. That's basically $10 worth in Bitcoin.
Right now,
for the first 3 responses, and we're going to do it as soon as we get some WBTC.
So we got the fastest. The top we got the top 3 fastest respondents. Okay, they are Ika Nakamoto, Leslie Daniel Chan, and Kurt Beale.
Oh, great. Okay, so if you want to give us your
So what you
Ethereum
need to
addresses, we'll
do-
be sending it over.
Right. So what I would like to ask, okay, Ika, Leslie, Kurt to do right now is to PM me your Ethereum address so that I can feed it to Benedict so he can give you your prizes immediately live right now as he does the demo.
Yep. So later on in the demo, we're going to be, dealing with some WBTC, and so we'll have the chance to show you how to send it. Last questions before we get on. What's the difference between a hot and cold wallet?
So the second question, okay, is what is the difference between a hot wallet and a cold wallet? Okay, we're looking for answers right now. Give in your answers, okay, in the comment chats. Quick. What's the difference between a hot and a cold wallet? What? Okay, Jose is like, what? Give you a second. What's the difference between a car? Okay.
I see a lot of great answers here. Great. So cold wallets are not connected to the internet. That's fundamentally the answer. So let's get the first user that got that right. Let's get the address as well.
Okay. All right, Alco, send me, okay, do PM me, okay, your Ethereum address. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Third question. Sorry, this is the third question, is it? Okay. What is a custodial wallet? What is the difference between a custodial versus a non-custodial wallet? All right. Give us your answers. Give us your answers right now. So Chanel answers, okay, is the first one to answer. She says, custodial, someone else's owns your keys. You do not own your keys.
Yeah, that's right. So with a custodial wallet, someone else is taking custody of the keys and of your assets, and so they are going to basically, you're trusting them to take care of it for you to some extent. And with a non-custodial wallet, you hold the keys, so you need to be responsible for those keys. You need to make sure that they're very secure. You need to make sure that you don't lose them. And so make sure that you always have to be very careful with your keys and your security in both cases, but especially making sure that you have backups in the non-custodial wallet sense. This is really important for people that are just new in the space. Cool. All right. So with that,
you got our winners. Okay. I'd like to remind the winners to please send me your Ethereum address. Okay. The winners, I repeat, are okay. Ika Nakamoto, Leslie Daniel Chan, Kurt Beale, Chanel, and the one about the hot wallet, cold wallet, Arco Mitra. Okay, please, okay, send me your thing so that Benedict can send you your prizes immediately live right now so that he can move on to the next part of the demo.
Well, we're actually going to do it as part of the demo. Okay, so the first part of the demo is that this should come as no surprise. Here, it's Kyber. So we're going to demonstrate how you can start to obtain WBTC on Kyber. So Kyber Swap is very fast and simple way to buy and sell tokens. It's basically a somewhat of a decentralized exchange, and this service is available at kyberswap.com/swap/eth-KNC. And so I'm just going to access it here, and then you can choose fast and simple way. You can just exchange Ethereum for WBTC. And so let's go here and find WBTC, and let's exchange, say, 0.5 ETH and see how much WBTC we get out of there. So roughly they're pricing WBTC at 9769 USD, which I suppose is not a bad price. I mean, depending on what. what the price is right now. Oh, by the way, all these demos are on it's pretty much a fresh new wallet. Yeah, it's very reasonable price. I think I'm happy to buy some WBTC for this price. And so I click swap, and I'm going to use MetaMask for this. So again, it's just a fresh wallet, so we have to do a few connectivity steps here for the first time. I'm going to confirm this swap of the ETH to WBTC, and then I just click confirm. I need to confirm it in MetaMask. So let's go forward with that. And then we wait for the transaction to be mined. And so we can view this on Etherscan. So at the same time, I was recently looking around in the DeFi space recently, and I actually kind of like the the interface at Zapper.fi, which allows you to see a lot of what you're doing in the DeFi world. Again, I'm pretty new to this particular interface, so but I just wanted to kind of share with everyone that the DeFi space is super open. Just because you traded on Kyber doesn't mean that you can only use Kyber to view your trades and your actions. So Zapper.fi, you see, oh, look, see, the exchange has been completed. It actually has this transaction list here. Oh, wow, it says I should dApp more because it's a new wallet. And so we've received some wrapped Bitcoin already, so we can start to send this to the winners. So let's start sending this wrapped Bitcoin out right now. Maybe we can do the first. How many do we have? How many winners do we have? 5 or 6 of them?
Yes, we have about like Ika Nakamoto. Okay, it's in a private chat. Okay, Benedict, the addresses. I'll start posting them up in the.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just do the first 2 for now. Okay. So we want to send. Sorry?
Sorry, I'm just talking to the audience. Okay, please send me your Ethereum addresses quickly so that we can, send the prizes to you right now.
Great. Okay, so we're going to just click send here. So we've already obtained the WBTC. I actually loaded a little bit up yesterday, just in case for the demo. But look, we have more now. So we had 0.0099 just before this, a few days ago. Actually, I loaded it on June the 1st. Now that it tells me that, and then we just exchanged some. We got 0.0124 more, so now we have 0.022. So let's give some away. We send it just like you would any other normal token, just like this. And so we're gonna send. Is this the right amount? Let me think. So this is about. Which I wish they would tell me how much ETH or how much it was worth. So yeah, that's about the right amount. Let me give me this. Where's my MetaMask? I think it's in one of these tabs. And MetaMask is it's somewhere. Okay, whatever. Let's do it again. Send to this address 0.001, and we're just going to use fast because we're doing a demo, and go next and just confirm that. And so that should be Ika Nakamoto. I love your last name. So let's send him some. Let's also send some to Chanel for participating in our wonderful quiz. Great. So we just sent that off there, and both transactions are pending. And actually, one of them is confirmed. Again, we can go to Zapper. We can see this. How do I refresh this? Let me just clear up our workspace here a little bit. Okay, one of them was confirmed. Another one was just confirmed, and so we just sent 2 out. Okay, so now we have 0. Now we have 0.02 wrapped Bitcoin left here. So I feel like, all right, you know what? Let's just give away even more here. So let's just send a little bit more while we're at it. So let's send this. Okay, let's send some more. This is to Arco. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but hope you enjoy the Bitcoin. One of my favorite cryptos. All right, so thank you very much for that. So let's move on now. So it looks like, you know, now we have just slightly less than 0.02 Bitcoin. So I don't like that, because now that I gave away, sorry, wrong. Let's go back to Zapper. Now that I gave away some of this Bitcoin, now I feel like I don't have enough. So now I want to convert more WBTC, more Bitcoin to WBTC, and so this is really important, because sometimes people have lots of Bitcoin and they want to be able to access it in the DeFi ecosystem. And so you can use a service like CoinList. CoinList is a very big, huge service in the US. It's very reputable there. And so I actually have signed up for an account already. I have some Bitcoin here at CoinList. So I'm just going to click wrap. So let's wrap another 0.05. I just confirmed that. And so it's wrapped. Now I can view this WBTC wallet on CoinList, and I can withdraw it. So I'm going to withdraw it to my address here. And so I want all. All right, now I need to get the 2FA code. Give me a second. And so that's done. And sometimes it takes a little while to send. So while we're doing that, let's just go back to this here. So the primary reason to do this actually is if you're holding Bitcoin already, but you want to take advantage of a trade or opportunity to earn interest within DeFi. So a lot of people like to do that if they are already holding Bitcoin. And so this approach to get a wrapped Bitcoin, it minimizes market, or there's no market impact, right? Because essentially you're not changing one asset to another asset. So you're not really taking a new view from a trading perspective. So it's minimize market risk, but it does take confirmations within the Bitcoin network. So it takes within the Bitcoin network 10 minutes per block. And so CoinList, I think, takes, I don't remember if it's 3 blocks, but it takes half an hour to deposit your coins there before they will register it as the Bitcoin is deposited. And after that, then you can get access to WBTC and make a withdrawal on the Ethereum network, which is a little bit faster. But that's how it actually works. So we can wait, or we can just go on to the next stage. Let's see how much. Where's my assets? Let's load. Okay, I think it's still loading. It's still sending WBTC to me. But good news is we already got some WBTC by exchanging for ETH just now. So we can move on to the next step of the demo. And so this step actually uses MakerDAO. So you might have seen a demo for this on the first day, which might have used ETH. But the good news is now you can actually use Bitcoin as collateral and unlock DAI as well. And so you can do this from multiple ways. You can do it from DeFi Saver or many other portfolio views, but I'm going to do it within the Oasis app, which is an exchange that Maker has come up with. And so this is going to take a little while because it's the first time that I'm doing it from this wallet. And so we need to start a vault first. So as you can see, the stability fee, in other words, the interest that we will have to pay to unlock DAI is 1%. And what's great about that is that it's actually a really low fee in terms of interest to unlock a stable coin right now. Many stable coins they actually have pretty high interest if you were to try and borrow stable coins today. So I'm just going to get started with this process first before we do that. But I like to use LoanScan to look at all the interest rates around in DeFi and out of DeFi as well. So you can see that, you know, to borrow DAI on some places is cheaper, like on Compound. I don't know why it's so cheap. Maybe there's a lot of extra DAI there. But you can see that for other places, it's as high as like 2% or 1%, 3%. And so 1% is actually a pretty low price to get DAI. All right, so now we have to wait for some confirmations. And we might as well start to do a quiz, because after this, we're going to have some DAI. If you actually look in our wallet right now, we don't have any DAI. It's a new wallet, so no DAI yet. Let's add DAI to this wallet so that we can see the DAI when it comes in. So no DAI yet. So okay, so you know, like we were saying, you know, DAI is a stable coin that tracks USD, so you can use it to buy other tokens on Kaibo or anywhere else. You can use it to cash it out, and you know, you can use it to buy things for living expenses. And many centralized finance projects are actually taking advantage of these WBTC lending rates to get DAI relatively cheaply, as I explained, because of the low interest rates. So, you know, give us some real world scenarios where MakerDAO collateralized loan may be very useful. If I'm just going to type out these questions here. And we're going to unlock some DAI shortly, so we'll give away some DAI as a result. Cool. So we're just going to wait here. We have a little bit of a delay here while we wait for some responses. Jason, I'm going to let you run the contest.
Okay, so I think let's take one question, right? Okay, from the audience first. One question asks you, what are your favorite wallets? What do you use, Benedict? Which one do you like? Do you use the most?
Yeah, you know, honestly, for me, I use several wallets. I use BitGo. Obviously, BitGo is an enterprise grade wallet, which I use to secure quite a lot of funds for myself, because I believe in crypto a lot. For everyday use, I obviously use MetaMask. I personally I'm a big fan of Argent, because I like the direction that they're going with smart contract wallets. They were one of the earliest innovators in this space. But I'm not, you know, I'm not biased as particularly to the wallet that you want to use. In the end, wallets are a choice between usability, ease of use, and security. And so you don't always want to use one wallet. You want to use, you know, very much like you can think about it. You might want to use a very secure wallet like BitGo in order to you know, secure your large amounts. And by the way, BitGo is both comes as a non-custodial and a custodial wallet. Very large amounts. It's just similarly to how you would have a bank vault for the large amounts. And then you know, MetaMask could be something like, you know, you use it like your wallet that you go out to the supermarket every day, and you have a small amount there that you use to you know, check out new projects that or buy different products that you want to buy. And of course, you have a mobile wallet, and that could be, you know, Argent, it could be MetaMask, could be Trust Wallet. I think there's there's many ways, yeah, to think about it. But I wouldn't like have wallets that I particularly say are my favorites, but those are the ones that I use. Cool.
All right. So how would this quiz? Okay, how would you like to do this quiz right now?
Okay, so
okay, right. So,
we are waiting for confirmations here. So once we get some DAI, we're going to give off top 3 DAI, people $10 each for just good reasons. And Jason, I think I want to be unbiased here. You know the community, your community best. So let's pick the first top 3 that makes sense for good uses of why you might want to collateralize your WBTC to unlock DAI.
all right. Okay, let's go through the answers right now. Okay.
And
So
for the sake of let's just try not to get repeat answers as well.
okay, yeah. So the first answer is first real world case scenario is to pay rent.
Great.
Second
Yes.
one, okay. Second one, okay, to take advantage of short-term arbitrage opportunities. What do you think of this answer?
Yeah, so first answer was to pay the rent. Yeah, you want to pay the rent and you don't want to sell your crypto. Yeah, you can collateralize your WBTC, get DAI, and you can then use that to pay the rent. Yes, very nice. You take advantage of short-term arbitrage. So you might not have any working capital. So in order to take advantage of arbitrage, sometimes you need working capital. So this is a way that you can get working capital. I'm just going to continue here with the set allowance for the vault setup here. And then the third point, you're saying unlock liquidation. What does that mean? Maybe you can help me out.
Okay. Short-term loans.
Okay, so moving on. Short-term loans.
Do you accept that as an answer?
Well, I mean, what's it? I mean, it could be a short-term loan, but what is the? I guess taking a short-term loan. Yeah, taking a short-term loan. I suppose, but what is the yeah? I mean, that's a use case. What do you want to do with the loan?
What about this
Well,
answer?
yeah, I think this is great. Yeah, you own BTC and you need some liquidity, but you don't want to give away your BTC as you think it will appreciate in value. So yeah, that's I would say that's a good explanation for what's going on.
All right.
Yeah, we can take that.
We have the selected the 3 winners. Okay, the first one
You
is
know what?
Thursday.
Just take the top 5.
All right.
The first 5 anyway, including the short-term loans.
Okay.
And we'll give them all some DAI.
Okay.
Yeah. So now here you can see we're getting to the next stage finally after creating the vault of depositing the WBTC. So how much WBTC would you like to lock in your vault? So I'm just going to say I want to lock 0.015. And then I can generate, maximum 97 DAI. But I'm not going to do that. I just need 50 DAI because I think there's top 5 people, and we just send them 10 DAI each, right?
Yep.
Yep. So it's important to understand that because this essentially is using your Bitcoin as collateral for a loan of DAI, there is a chance that you will be liquidated if the price of Bitcoin were to drop very substantially. So you always want to be very careful with making sure you don't withdraw too much DAI that you get liquidated. So obviously the ratio is better the less DAI you get, and I believe that it's pretty safe, at least for me. This is not investment advice, obviously, but I'm happy with this small amount that I can take a small risk that BTC will not go $5,000 over the next day. And so I want to open this vault, and here we're going to sign this transaction. And it says the estimated time is 20 seconds for a transaction, and that I can safely leave this page. So once we're in the middle of doing this, let's go back again to Zapper. So while we're doing this, I heard of this other really cool interface to DeFi called Xeron. So why don't we just check that out in the meantime? like I said, these are all tools that are all part of the ecosystem, so I'm hoping that Zeron, or how you can pronounce that, can also display my transactions and my trades and my collateralized CDPs here for me. Okay, so how do I see my history? Let's see if it shows me that. Oh, okay. Oh, good news. We just received the wrapped Bitcoins from CoinList. So that conversion did work. It's showing me here the trade has gone through, that went through from Kyber, and the sense that I made just now, but hasn't really quite shown the vault yet in Oasis. So let's just take a look at that. See if it's confirmed yet. Okay. So it looks like it's confirmed. There's 50 DAI depth here. And look, it just appeared. Maker, we just borrowed 50 DAI. So now we got this 50 DAI here, and we can actually send it out. Cool. So can we get those addresses?
Yep, collecting right now.
Okay. So, all right. So while we're waiting for those addresses, let's look at the next demo. Earn interest from supplying WBTC. So just now what we wanted to do was unlock DAI. We wanted to receive DAI for using. And so we use WBTC as collateral, but by supplying WBTC on certain money markets or lending platforms like Aave or Compound, you can also get interest for this. So interest rates for WBTC, it really depends. They mostly float because the nature of many of these lending platforms is that they move the interest rate up and down in order to incentivize people to use the platform. So if the interest rate is low, then the understanding is that more people will come in to borrow, and if the utilization, in other words, many people are borrowing, is very high, and there's not a lot of WBTC left for borrowing, then they want the interest rate to be high to incentivize more people to come in and convert WBTC and put it in there to gain interest, right? So that there will be more WBTC available. And so this is all done algorithmically by these platforms like Aave. What is this here? We need to connect it. So we're going to connect to the Aave app, open source protocol for money markets. And then we can look at this. It's 0.02% here. But like I showed you on LoanScan, you can actually see many rates. In fact, I think there's this, what was this site? DeFiRate.com, I think. You can view where we can get the best rates for DeFi. I actually think Etherscan also has this, but so wow, actually you can get 0.4% on Nuo, you can get 1.4% on CoinList. But you know what? Because Aave has been a participant in this this virtual conference, I think we're just going to demonstrate them, and so we're going to deposit some WBTC here in order to get a bit of interest. So we're going to click continue. Oh, we are loading something. Okay, first we need to approve. So we're going to deposit into. Oh, what happened? There was an error. Why? Did I click something wrong? Let's try it again. See, sometimes you with live demos, you need to know that you're getting the real thing, right? So now you actually know.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us, and especially during the moment of truth.
Well, the good news is that WBTC is accepted at many places, including other lending platforms. So we can even
Okay, got it.
go and try another one. Maybe I didn't accept the privacy policy, so they didn't like me. Who knows? Let's see. Okay, no, it still didn't go through. Okay, so you know what? We can always go and search for another place so we can go and search for loan tracker on Etherscan as well. Like, how do I view the rates? Well, I thought there was a place to see the rates on Etherscan. Well, either way, I think you can go to DeFi rate or loan scan. I just wanted to show you a different tool, but here we can try, say, let us use something like Instadap. So Instadap, well, no, let's not use that. Let's go back to Zapper. So, oh wait, let's see if Zapper lets us do it here. No, Zapper doesn't let us do it. So we are going to try for Compound. Compound is another app that has been, one of the original places to do lending in DeFi. It's one of the biggest money markets, and so we're going to go and try to lend out our WBTC there for some interest. Okay, transaction broadcast. You can view it on Etherscan. You can see it here in the MetaMask wallet. Gas limit. The gas price is 27 Gwei. Cool. That sounds like a good amount. Okay, I think it's confirmed, so that's great. Okay, so next step here, I want to supply some, so let's supply 0.02, about $200 worth. I'm not going to borrow. I'm just going to supply so that I can get some interest. And with that, I just click into it and it should work. So we're waiting for the transaction to confirm on Etherscan right now. So that appears to be taking a while this time. This is not surprising. Sometimes some blocks take longer to come in, or maybe some other people have put a higher amount of gas. So while we're doing that, why don't I just start giving away the DAI that we talked about just now? Did we get the addresses yet?
Yep, we have.
So we only have 2 addresses so far? Is that right?
Still receiving, okay, the others.
Okay, so just 2. Let's send out the DAI.
That's Jonathan, Jose, Cheng Yi Wong.
Okay.
3 addresses so far.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's send out DAI. Look, this DAI wasn't here before. Now we have 50 DAI, so we can send it out. That was Jonathan. This is Jason. Uh-oh. Why are there 2 Jason? Oh, that's Chani. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Let's send that. And so we have 3 pending, and yeah, it should be done soon. If not, then I'm going to get impatient and start.
Right, this is the last
Okay,
one.
it confirmed. Yeah, looks like it confirmed. So let's go back to here, and we can see that we have supplied this asset to the compound protocol here, and we're going to be earning 0.17% over it, which is better than nothing, especially since I really believe in Bitcoin and I'm not going to sell. So you can also see this in Zero's interface, I think. You deposit, and then does it show it here? Oh, why is it not showing? Well, it would be great if maybe it's still confirming, but either way, we want it to show up. But either way, as you can see, we're starting to gain interest on it, and we've also sent out the DAI here. So congratulations to the winners.
Yes.
Great. So that's how you can earn interest from supplying WBTC. You just do it like that. You set it and you leave it, and you earn interest over time. And sometimes the interest can be more. So I think it's a good idea. What a lot of people do is they wait, or rather they don't wait. Like, so if you plan to hold Bitcoin anyway, then this is probably a good idea. But if not, then you can also wait if it's not attractive enough for you to move your Bitcoins to WBTC, then you can just keep note of it and wait until the interest rate really goes up for you to make sense for you to do this.
Okay.
Cool. You can also participate in a fund that holds WBTC. As we talked about, it could be something on Melon, but I think token sets for me was something that was slightly more transparent in that it shows the actual set with the Bitcoin in it. So that's the demo that I was thinking of going through here. Oh wow, broke already. Pretty awesome. Yeah. Okay. So well, let's try this one, FBTC RSI, because that one they are deprecating. We can sign in with MetaMask. And now, yes. I think it's just welcoming me. But the point is, I want this set. So you can see on token set that there's many potential funds that combine the trading strategies going between ETH and BTC or some forms of robo trading or social trading, and you can get into this action. These are all decentralized finance products. So I'm going to get into this ETH and BTC RSI ratio trading set, which right now I can just click buy, and I'm just going to put let me buy one set. Well, it's going to cost 0.6 ETH, which is fine with me. And I'm going to submit the buy. Let's go. Here we go. Awesome. And then it's just processing. And for this one, we're gonna see if Zapper or Zeron have a good view of it. This is new for me, so I'm hoping it'd be pretty cool to watch. Okay, it was confirmed. So it shows this exchange here. Let's see. I want to view it on Etherscan, and the cool thing about this is that you can actually on Etherscan you can see the internal transactions, so you can see what happened here. you can see that first there was a rebalancing going on, and what has happened is that now I own one of this FBTC RSI token, and if you look inside the FBTC RSI token, I think you can actually see that what the token actually controls. Well, actually, you have to follow the trail a little bit, but that's basically the idea. You can see that it contains wrapped ether right now, and it sent that into the vault. It's a little bit more complex than that, but basically, the beauty of it, in my opinion, is that you can see everything that's happening on the chain, and you can see where the money is going. So it's not like it just went into some fund that you have no idea about. Cool. And so for the final demo, we're going to do a little bit of margin trading, which is a really useful use case if you believe in a big move, and you have, maybe a bullish outlook on the market, which I wouldn't say if I do, but I think would be one very good reason to use some leverage and go 3x or 5x long, or 2x depending on how much risk you take. So the reason why I like the DDEX interface for this is that you'll see how it actually constructs the leverage long position. So I want to go, so now I have 0.03 WBTC, right? But you know what? I want to go long 0.1 WBTC. So I want to be, oh wait, no, I don't have the 0.3. Why do I not? Let me see how much WBTC I actually have. Let's see. How much do I have? It's saying that I have 0. Oh no, I think 0.1 is including that. Yeah. So I want to go long, say 0.1 WBTC, and I want to use 4x leverage. And so there's always a risk with this, because you might get liquidated if you use too much leverage, because essentially you're borrowing funds, and so your WBTC is used as collateral as part of that. So I'm going to go long WBTC now at 4x leverage. And so first we're going to approve this, because this is the first time we're doing this on this wallet. So, nothing going on under the rug here. It's all the first time. It's all production. For those of you that are watching, you can actually follow along with these transactions if you bother to copy paste the addresses and see what's going on the public network, which is very cool. Okay, so now that was confirmed, and so it actually tells you what it means when you're opening a 0.1 WBTC long 4x position. So these are the two steps. First, we deposit 0.0250 WBTC to borrow 734.7 USDT Tether, and then we trade this Tether for 0.074 WBTC. And so in total, we're going to have basically 0.1 WBTC of net long exposure, and that's how we can get exposure to the market, which is greater than the amount of the WBTC that we hold, by collateralizing our WBTC to borrow some more USD and trade that for and then using the USD on a decentralized exchange to trade that for more WBTC. So the first step of this is to borrow, and in this case, there are two separate steps, but in some of these other DeFi margin platforms, you can see that it will actually be a single step for you. That's because they do both of them. The reason why I've chosen DDEX here is because it actually shows us what's happening, which is better for the purposes of the demo. But there's many other ways that you can get margin trades within the decentralized finance today. So now we can trade. So I'm going to trade for that. I'm going to sign, and it should show me that I am actually long WBTC by 0.1, which is actually quite a lot. That's $1,000 worth of Bitcoin long of WBTC. And for those of you that in the meantime, while that's confirming, I wanted to introduce you to CoinGecko if you haven't already seen that. They have a lot of widgets and markets that you can look at for exchanges and so on. These are actually including centralized exchanges as well. And there's also another resource that I like to use a lot for those of you that like to read about DeFi, and that is called DeFi Prime. So where they actually have a list of DeFi projects by section. And so if you want to look at the ones for lending and borrowing, then you can see these over here, projects that you can use for lending and borrowing. And if you want to see the ones that you could use for, say, derivatives, then you can click here. And let me see, what else do we have? Margin trading. Yeah, you want to get more margin, and these are the ones that you can use to get 4x or 3x, including Nuo, Fulcrum, DYDX, and DDEX. So, of course, I need to make sure everyone is aware. These are all just projects. They are very much in early stages right now of a very developing ecosystem, and so you should do your research, go and read up on them. But I think it's a really interesting space, really composable space where they're all able to build up this stack together, and that is what has made me super excited about DeFi. And
I think that Ben, you have done more than what we can ask for. I think everybody is like really, really happy. What you have shared with us today, this is my opinion. I think that it's something that is worthwhile. You have basically helped us to like shortcut, our learning into learning, the different tools that are available, what the different functions. You went on to do a lot of demonstrations. This video is worth repeating, is worth watching back and actually seeing step by step actually how you do it. Thank you so much for spending the time, your time with us today to
yeah, no worries.
Okay. We do need to wrap up because we are running out of time.
Okay, cool. So happy to speak more with anyone. If you would like, I obviously have more technical slides, but for now, I'm just going to go here and show you that if you want to speak more, I'm available on Twitter. And you should also follow WBTC and at BitGo there. Oh, wait. Yeah. And also at Moyasari, he's our PM at BitGo for Wrapped Bitcoin. So, chat with him anytime you want. We're here, and this is finally the graph from Etherscan on the number of transactions that we've been seeing. And so thanks everyone for joining us together to bring Bitcoin to DeFi, including everyone from the community and everyone that's listening in today.
All right. Okay. With that, thank you so much. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now at the end, of Southeast Asia DeFi Week. Thank you so much for spending the entire week with us. We hope that you have gained so much from this week's agenda. We are finally finished, with this is the first time we are doing Southeast Asia DeFi Week, but shall we do this again? Because it feels like we have so much more to learn. There are little things, that during each presentation, people were talking about, like Uniswap, REN protocol, Synthetics, DeFi Saver, Monitor Wallet. If you want, if you like this kind of events, please continue to follow us. Please continue to support all the partners. Thank you, Blocklime. Thank you, Ethereum KL. Thank you, SS Blockchain Association. Thank you, Ivan on Tech, CoinGecko, Asia Blockchain Review, Crypto Watch, TechCryption, Super Crypto News, Crypto Ticker, and T4P for making this a success. Seriously, we were not expecting this. We were, expecting maybe 300 people. We had a total of 600 people. Tune in throughout Southeast Asia DeFi Week. Thank you so much to all the partners and all the speakers. For those who want to continue their journey in DeFi, there are several resources that are available for you. One of them is CoinGecko's How to DeFi ebook. 212 pages of comprehensive step-by-step guide to beginners. You can buy this right now by scanning the QR code, and you can get it for $15. If you are looking to be more seriously into the to be an expert in DeFi, there is a course that you can get certified to, run by Ivan on Tech Academy. And I have a very special guest who would like to share, okay, what you can get from this workshop. He is our friend from the Philippines, okay, but currently based in Bangkok. His name is Amadio. Amadio, are you ready? Can you hear us, Amadio?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Are you ready to share with us? Okay. The what's that? To the audience. Okay. A little bit more about what they can get. Okay, from this DeFi 101 workshop by Ivan on Tech Academy.
All right. Yeah. So I actually prepared the DeFi 201 workshop. I think people here may be already familiar with the DeFi basic, but yes, correct. If you want to learn more about the basics and the fundamentals, at the Ivan Tech Academy, there is the DeFi 101 workshop that is available. And also we recently launched the DeFi 201 workshop. I'm not sure if you guys can see my screen or...
They can.
Ah, perfect. Yeah. So here you actually see the full course outline. This is when you actually logged into the academy, and together with Ivan, we're teaching fundamentals about blockchain technology, programming on different blockchains, and also I've been teaching the decentralized financial knowledge stack. Yeah, we teach you everything. In the beginning, it's more the basics, where you will learn how to actually interact with different protocols, how to set up your environments. And in DeFi 201, which I think a lot of people will find interesting, we will actually start yield hacking, and we will do flash loans. So we actually have here this repository that's actually open for everybody. And you made like a flash loan playground and an arbitrage playground, and where students can come in and compete with each other, which person gets the highest yield in crypto. And I also had this intro, but I think I'm not sure how much time we have.
We have about like 5 minutes.
5 minutes, perfect. Okay, so then I want to close actually, like in DeFi 101, 201, you will learn the fundamental basics. And my 2 cents to this week is that right now we actually have an issue in DeFi, and that I think we need more liquidity. And like we saw a lot in some presentations, all about leveraging in Ethereum, etc., etc. But there is actually some protocols that are being constructed right now that are going more cross-chain, as we just saw with WebBTC, which is a great development, because just us trading Ethereum and DAI tokens is not enough. We need to like extend our horizon, and I believe that once we do that, DeFi will become even more mainstream, because today, if it's only we really need off-chain assets into decentralized finance. If that happens, we will get this really huge explosion, and everybody needs to get involved before that happens, because if that happens, you will, a lot of people will jump in, I believe. And there's some projects working on this. I would recommend checking out Centrifuge. That's actually right now tokenizing real-world assets on the blockchain. And that and more I will teach at the DeFi 101 and DeFi 201 in the Ivan Tech Academy. If you're interested, click on the link. I think you shared it. There's a small discount in there, and then you can check out the academy and sign up and become part of this journey. And you will be certified. So if you complete the course, you will get a world-class certificate that you are like a DeFi expert.
All right. Okay. Who is it for, actually? Who is the best people, to actually apply for this?
Yeah, so DeFi 101 is for the beginners, and DeFi 201 is a little bit more for people that want to dive deeper into flash loans and financial markets.
Since we don't have it's really rare to basically get you your time. Can you share very quickly, like, what do people get for 101, and then what do people get for 201?
Perfect. Let me first start with 101. I see here, if you log in actually to the academy, there's a lot of different courses that Ivan and myself and some other teachers give. let's go to 101. I see there's more, because I think to understand DeFi, you also need to understand blockchain, maybe algorithmic trading, maybe Ethereum 101 as well. And after that, I would recommend you potentially going into DeFi. Let's see.
Is DeFi 101 suitable for people without computing background knowledge?
Yes. So you see here, this is the outline for DeFi 101. So we really start with the basic. What is a decentralized application? Before we start DeFi tooling, so how can we explore the blockchain, how to install MetaMask, working with the blockchain, and after that, we go more in depth theoretically, and then we go into the decentralized financial stack. So then we're going to explore a lot of different protocols, and some of them actually were discussed today already in the DeFi week this week, and then we're going to do a DeFi protocol deep dive. So it's really a step-by-step process, and after you completed DeFi 101, you will feel more comfortable. And yes, there is some programming involved, but programming is not really scary. I mean, everybody can learn programming. But for DeFi 101, we only have programming for in advanced assignments, but you don't need to do it. But we would recommend to just try it out. Yeah.
What is the important dates that people need to keep out for right now? When is the next DeFi 101 or when is the next DeFi 201?
So DeFi, that's constantly going on, right? So you can sign up to the link I shared, and then the course is basically constant. So you can click here on a course.
Right, you can register anytime and you can immediately get started learning. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. So you see here that's me, and here we start. So step by step, we guide you through it, and there's slides included. Right. Like this, and these slides are basically explaining the basics. And this is DeFi 201, what I show here. So this is again a little bit more advanced. But in DeFi 101, we really go from the basics. Yeah,
that is really cool. Okay, thank you so much, okay, Amadeo. So for those people who are interested in DeFi 101 or DeFi 2001, okay, scan the QR code, or we're going to leave a link, okay, in the groups, okay, so that you can actually check out both workshops depending on what you're comfortable with, okay? Remember, this is about helping for those people to become certified experts. All right, moving on, okay.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Thanks,
great job, man. Thank you. See you later, guys.
And so next we have, okay, also the journey is not over yet. For those who are like complete beginners to cryptocurrency, like for example, you're still very scared, okay, like what is it, what is cryptocurrencies? Why do cryptocurrencies matter? Why does cryptocurrency even have value in the first place? This course is for you. So this is happening on 13th of June. Okay, it's a Saturday. It's a one-day online workshop for cryptocurrency beginners divided into 4 sessions. The first 2 sessions we cover how not to lose money in crypto, and the second 2 sessions about how to make money in crypto. So right now, okay, for Southeast Asia DeFi Week, it is at 50% off. So do grab this opportunity right now to get the discounted ticket by scanning the QR code. Tomorrow also, okay, we are doing another Bitcoin for beginners. This is a simple 1.5 hour session of understanding what is Bitcoin, okay, why does it exist, okay, and how did it all started in the first place. So do scan the QR code here if you'd like to attend this for tomorrow 11 a.m. It'll just take you to Eventbrite. You can register there. It's free to attend. Today at 6 p.m., which is like not 1 hour from now, okay, I'll be conducting another session. Okay, this one is about universal basic income, and how is it that in the cryptocurrency space this is made possible, and how you can prepare for it. So if you're interested, okay, to learn, there's a global experiment that is going to be happening soon where we're calling for 2,000 early adopters worldwide, and you can potentially, by getting yourself prepared, earn a universal basic income of $100 per month, paid, for 12 months. How cool is that? Okay, but you need to learn, okay, what is universal basic income and how to prepare yourself for that. So scan the QR code if you're interested, okay, to come and learn. All right, this one is also free to attend, and it's happening like in 6 p.m. today. So we are at the tail end. It's been wonderful, guys. Okay. This feedback form is particularly special. Please scan the QR code right now. Give us your feedback. Let BitGo, let Ben know. Do you gain value from this session? Is there something that you would like to you wish that that it was missed out and you wish we could have improved more? Please let us know there. And by filling up the proof the feedback form, you also get the proof of attendance token for today, which is a beautiful WBTC design. And last but not least, do let us know. The feedback form this time around is a little bit more special, because it also covers what you think of the entire Southeast Asia DeFi week overall, and what would you like to see for the next Southeast Asia DeFi week. So it's been wonderful, guys. Thank you again so much for being with us. Do spread the word, do spread the love, and stay safe until next time. All right, I'm going to leave this on for another 1 minute for you guys to scan the QR code. Meanwhile, if you have anything else that you like to see, please let us know in the feedback form. All right, again, thank you very much, Benedict, Amadio, Colbert, Harpreet, and all our partners for supporting Southeast Asia DeFi Week.